Hey everyone, so I am back again and today I'm by my window because we've got a bit of brightness and I thought we'd just have like a little sit down, nothing serious, just a little story time that I have. So yeah. So from the title you probably know that this is my story time from when I was travelling in the USA. When I came back from my holibags and the service that I had and the service that I received, which was ridiculous. So let's just get started with it. I hope you guys have enjoyed my USA vlogs and I thought I'd end it with this little story time. So here we go. Okay guys, so I've been back for like 2 months now, and the fact that this is the only time that I've actually sat down and decided to talk about it was just like... So back in August when I was travelling in the Royal Caribbean cruise, it was absolutely lovely. I had so much fun with it, but the ending was really crap. It was like, you know that way when you just remember something, you sometimes remember the bad things over the good things, even though you're meant to think of the good things. But like, if there's something bad that happened to that trip or something bad had happened during that trip, you just kind of remember that. So I had so much fun with the cruise and things, but the last day, the ending was just horrific. We were traveling on, I think that was the 11th of August or something like that. So we were basically coming, we got off the cruise and we went to the airport, and we got to the airport about 10, 11, because that's just like the cruise time, you had to get off, and we just got our private car and stuff. So our flight was due at 3:30, so we had plenty of time and things. So we were there, we went and checked in and things, and I didn't know whether we were to go in and check in, because where we got dropped off there was like a check-in, there was 2 check-in desks. This was Miami airport, so there was 2 check-in desks outside and there was a queue of people with their luggage. Okay, so I never knew that you can check in outside, right? I don't know. I don't know if you can. I still don't know till this day. Because basically I wanted to ask, I was like, sorry, just give me one moment to the couple at the start. And I just wanted to ask them quickly, and I was like, do I check in here or do I go inside and check in? The check-in guy didn't respond to me, but the 2 couples, the man basically, he was like, excuse me, there's a line here. And I was like, I'm not blind. I told you, give me 2 seconds and I'm going to just ask one question. It's just the one question. Doesn't matter. I was like, there's no need to like get like about that. So I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, it's fine. I was just asking one question. But the guy didn't even answer my question. So I was like, okay, do you know what? I'll just go along the line and I'll just ask someone else. I was like asking one passenger. I was like, do I check in here or do I go inside to check in? This is my first time in this airport. And they can probably tell from my Scottish accent or UK accent, whatever you want to call my accent, because people don't know what my accent is. So they were like, yeah, you can check in out here or you can check in inside. There's a check-in desk inside. And I was like, perfect. So went inside, realised I have to check in one of these machines, checked in, blah blah blah. I looked at my app, our flight was delayed till 4:20. Okay, so it's only 50 minutes. Who gives? So we checked in, yada yada yada. We got through, we went to our gate, we got some snacks, and we basically just sat there waiting just to be boarding to go on the plane. Okay, basically. Then my mother realised that there was a little board by the gate and it said that our flight was delayed till 9:20, but at this gate there was a lot of flights going in and out, so I didn't know whether it was my flight. So my mum goes, why don't you go up and check and see if it's our flight, because I think it is. Okay, so got up, went to the little board and I went to our gate, like the TV above our gate, and it says that our flight was delayed from 3:30 to 9:20. And that was a big issue because our connecting flight, so if we had went to JFK, originally was 5:30 or 6 o'clock or something like that, and then our next flight was 11:25. So it takes about 2 hours minimum to get to JFK. So the issue was, if we got the 9:20 flight, then, you know, I wouldn't be able to get on my Glasgow flight. Okay, and previously, since I've worked in the airport, I know that there's only one JFK flight from JFK to Glasgow. There's only one flight in and out, and like through Delta. Okay, we were flying with Delta. So got up, stuff, everyone's queuing up, everyone's getting compensation and things, everyone was talking about compensation and things, and they were saying that they couldn't give us compensation because it was natural disasters and things, because it was due to weather conditions in JFK. So this went on, so I had been getting like really impatient and things, and then by the time I got to the desk, they were like, we can't do anything here, you need to pick up these need help cards and phone the desk to see what's happened and blah blah blah. And I was like, you couldn't have just shouted that out when everyone was queuing up. So went to one of these stupid phones. I'd been standing there for 45 minutes. No one was answering the phone. So when I went back to the desk, they were like, yeah, well, you'll need to either go back down to the check-in desk or pick up one of these phones. And I was like, I've stood there 45 minutes on these phones and no one's served me. No one has served me, and I've been standing there for 45 minutes. Do you understand the anger that was boiling up in me right now? I was like, you guys are not helping us at all, okay? So there was another family of 3, and they were like, oh, are you flying back to Glasgow? And I was like, yes. And they were fellow Glaswegians. So they were like, it was a dad and 2 little girls. And then one of the little girls was like, I need to get home tomorrow because tomorrow's my mum's birthday. And I was like, oh. And then she was like, I need to get home before tomorrow because it's my mum's birthday and it's my own birthday in 2 days. And I was like, this girl's not having a look of her life, you know? And then I was like, okay, so what is happening? And so we all had to go back down to the check-in desk, which, by the way, I never seen those 3 Glaswegians ever again. Hope you got home safe. You probably have, because it's been 2 months. Anyways, so it was, I don't know what time it was. I was really frustrated. If you see my tweets, you'll have seen this. Like, it was absolutely shocking. So we got down to the check-in desks, right? And it wasn't just our flight that was delayed. I need to state this. There was many flights that was delayed just because of weather conditions. And when I got down to the check-in desks, right, there was only one ticket desk open. One. After umpteen amounts of flights getting delayed, cancelled, etc, etc, and there was only one. Like, hello, open more desks so you can deal with your customers, because the more longer that they are queuing up, the longer they are going to be peed off. Just a little, you know, a little suggestion there. Okay, we were like the 5th family, I believe. So we were in 5th place, and we had been standing in that queue for at least 15 minutes before that woman started even taking one person. Literally, like, it just boils my heart, like, just boils me up right now even just thinking about it, because honestly it was so freaking frustrating, because we were standing there and everyone's like, is she gonna serve us? Is she gonna serve us? Like, everyone was just looking at each other, complaining to each other and things. And it's true. Like, if you're going to be sitting on that desk on your phone, okay, and it didn't look like one of those phone calls that you call your managers in, right? It was one of her personal phones, and she's actually on the phone talking to somebody. And it's literally like, are you being for real, right? There's her. Then there's another woman that's in the check-in desk number 3 or 4, okay? And she just keeps staring at us, right? And then when someone looks at her, she looks away, looks down, look up, look left, look right, not look into her eyes. And then she gets up and she walks off. And I was like, are you being serious right now? I don't care if you're on your break. And it wasn't her break, by the way, because she came back in 2 minutes and sat down and served another check-in desk. Because the check-in queue, there was nobody in the check-in queue, but there was like 100 of us in this queue here, and it was just frustrating me because no one was serving us. Ugh. Okay, so after that, okay, so standing in the queue for another 40 minutes and nothing was happening. Okay, here's what's so good. We get to the desk, okay? Let's call this woman Mary, okay? I don't want to say her name, don't want to lose her job, but I think she needs training. Anyways, so Mary, okay? Mary comes up to us and she goes, hello, and I was like, don't hello me. I'm not happy right now. I'm really stressed out right now. Don't say hello. Okay, no, I didn't say that to her. So she was like, okay, so what's happened? And we were like, our flight's been delayed till 9:20 and we need to get the Glasgow flight at 11:25. She goes on her little computer, blah blah blah, and she goes on about 5-10 minutes, right? And she says she's found a flight for us. We're like, yes. She was like, it's really hard and I'm so happy that I found 3 seats for you guys. And I was like, thank you very much. And she was like, so you'll be traveling with Iberia? And I was like, okay, never traveled with Iberia, new experiences. Then she goes, these are definite seats for you, here you go. It's just on the terminal on this side, da 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 da, right? And we were like, thank you so much. So by this time, this was like 6:15, and that flight was leaving at 8:20. So it was traveling from Miami to London, London to Glasgow, okay? Now, my mother had bruised her rib like a week ago because of floating in one of the streets, and she basically tripped over a rock and she fell in her handbag, something in her handbag lunged into her rib, and she had bruised knees, bruised rib. Okay, so from this terminal to the next terminal, it was really, really far. Okay, I'm not even joking, it was really, really far. So the fact that we had to get there ASAP and it was really far, it was not good for my mother, okay? So basically ran, okay? I said, Mum, you take your time, I'm gonna go get there as soon as possible. So I ran basically, got to the desk, and the woman was like, your flights are not seats, you're on standby seats. And at this moment, I was like, are you for real? Not at the woman, but at Mary. And I was like, are you for real? Like, the fact that you had just sent us away with definite seats just so that you can serve other people and not having to have the frustration in front of our faces, it was absolutely ridiculous. Honestly, who would even do that? Why would you do that? So ran all the way over there, got told that it was standby seats, and she was like, okay, why don't you come back about 7 o'clock and see if there's any more seats, but I really doubt it because it's been really busy due to weather conditions and things. And I was like, okay. So basically there was nothing that we can do except wait, basically. So we all went to have a KFC, blah 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 blah. Came back to the desk and they were like, yeah, there is no seats at all. No way there is. And I was literally on the verge to cry. I was like, I just need to get home. I just want to go home. Why can't I go home? Etc, etc. Obviously I wasn't saying these things out, but I was in my head and I was just about to like literally go back to Mary and just go, what the frick did you just make me do? So we went from that flight all the way back, and because remember our original flight's been delayed to 9:20, so the only thing that I can think of is we having to take that flight and then gonna ask Delta for compensation for our hotel and accommodation, etc. So I was so freaking tired at this point. So went back to Delta. Mary had finished work, no one there, so I went up to the desk and there was this two guys, let's just call them A and B, okay? I was like, okay, so here's the deal. Mary had sent us to, no, I just basically told them, I'm the original 3:20 flight from Miami to JFK. Okay, the flight's been delayed to 9:20, and as I can see from your board, it's now been delayed to 10:35. Okay, so basically, Mary had sent me all the way over there, telling us that it was seats, when in actual fact it was standby seats. Right? If I knew it had been standby seats, I would have been no. So came all the way back here. My mum has a bruised rib. My mum is really uncomfortable now. She's barely breathing anything. Mum sat on the weighing thing because she was absolutely puffed out, and I was getting really angry and things, and they were like, oh, I don't see why Mary would say that they were definite seats if they weren't definite seats. And I was like, yes, I do see why, because she saw that there was a million people behind me and she wanted to send me away just so that she can deal with another customer. Okay, so I don't think that this is right. So can we just think of a strategy right now what to do? Because I need to get home ASAP. I was not in the mood to like negotiate, you know, to say who's right and who's wrong, because clearly they were in the wrong. Anyways, so what I ended up doing was I basically said that what is the plan? Basically, what is the plan? And they were like, okay, so the only two ways that I can think of is if you take tonight's flight, fly over to New York, and then take the next flight to Glasgow. And I was just thinking, so you're wanting me to sit at your airport for 22 hours. You're wanting me to sit at your airport for 22 hours with nothing. Because, one, no food vouchers. 2, no blankets or pillows. 3, no money for the freaking accommodations. So it's like, what did you want us to do? Did you want us to be through security for more than 22 hours? Because I believe you're not meant to be like that. It's not meant to be like that. You're not meant to be through security for more than a day. You know? So I was like, boom. I was just like, so you're like, I literally just kept saying to them, you're wanting me to be in the airport for more than 20 hours without any food vouchers. Nothing at all. And they were like, there's nothing that we can do because it's weather conditions. It's like, yes, there is things that you could do. Okay, don't put this as weather conditions shit on me, because guess what? It's not even right. Like, let's make you sit in the airport for 22 hours without any food vouchers, without any accommodation, etc, etc. Who would want to do that? Who would honestly, genuinely want to do that? We didn't want to do that, but guess what? We end up having to, because the next option that they suggested was that we take a hotel in Miami and wake up at 3 AM to get to the airport at 5 AM to get our flight at 7 o'clock, and then sit in the airport for another 12 hours. Who would want to do that? Like, I'm already stressed as it is. You're telling me to go to a hotel, sleep for one night, not even a night, right? Not even a freaking night. You're telling me to sit at a hotel and, like, literally sit there and sleep for, like, not even 8 hours straight. because by this time it was 8:30. No, by this time it was 9 o'clock actually, and you're wanting me to get a hotel, come back by 4 o'clock, right? 4 or 5 o'clock just to get a freaking flight. No, I don't think so. Like, no, I wouldn't want to do that. Okay, so next thing happened, we took that flight. So the flight ended up being delayed till 1 AM. We got to the JFK by 2 o'clock. So let me tell you about the flight. So good thing was everyone practically left, so we had a whole row. Me, mum and my dad all had a row each to sleep on. Okay. So, oh, by the way, at the gate, basically we had these little, they kept putting these little carton things out with like chocolate, sweets, water, juices, blah blah blah. Okay, so we kept taking these little things anyways. So we got to the airport, we got on the plane, and they had no time to put pillows or blankets on it. So basically we were left to freeze. Because it was a night flight and they didn't really put on the heating. So basically we were shivering as hell. Good thing we had jackets! And obviously we had hand luggage, so we had, well, it was like thankful that we had our the night before cruise clothes. So we had that, and basically when we got to JFK we basically had to find a little corner just to sleep on the floors. So it wasn't ideal, it really wasn't, but it was the best that we could do because we didn't want to fork out money for a hotel. Okay, because it was just an abomination that we had to put out money to put in a hotel and things, and we were running out of cash anyways, and like my card didn't have much money because I spent a lot on the cruise, so we didn't have much money left. Simple as that, basically. So basically, what was it? What happened next? So we were at the airport, and me and dad kind of took turns to like look after the luggage, because I said that we should all just sleep, but my mum and dad wasn't really sure, so we ended up just taking turns staying awake. So I stayed awake, no, dad stayed awake at first. Me, mum and dad, well, dad kind of ended up falling asleep really, but because he was just really tired, because by this point, let's be honest, we were all exhausted from all the running around, from all the crap that we were doing. So yeah, but basically when dad was asleep, I just kind of put the luggage, because dad was sleeping on the chair and I didn't really like that, so what I kind of did was I just ended up putting the luggages in between us so that nobody could really get to it. So that's what I ended up doing, and yeah, that's how dad ended up falling asleep. So after that, it was about 6 o'clock, they ended up having a fire drill. Don't know why you would have a fire drill at 6 AM. Honestly, who would even do that when you see that there's a lot of people around the freaking airport sleeping? We all woke up from that and we ended up just walking around. We got McDonald's for breakfast, and then we got these little comfy seats. Like, it was like, they had like a board up, and it was like, so it was like a cross, so that each section would have like 4 chairs and a corner table. So we kind of had the, like, we had one section of ourselves. So and then we pulled one of those high chairs from the middle section, and we basically just left that there. We put the luggages on the corner table because nobody could really get it, and then dad was sitting there, I was sitting here, and mum was sitting here, and we got cards from that little, like that thing from the gate basically. So we ended up playing cards, and it was fun because it was like we hadn't played these card games in like so long. I used to play these card games with my dad when I was a kid. Like it's been that long. So it was fun just kind of like playing about and things, but it was just like, to be really honest, it was just a time pass. Because remember, we only had one phone, it was my phone, because mum's phone was just gubbed, like it just wouldn't do anything really. So Mum constantly had to have my phone when she wanted to watch TV when like me and Dad would nap and things, so that's what happened. And I was so thankful I had my power bank because I was able to charge my phone while we were sitting down, but there was times where Mum had to sit in the middle. So that is that. So after that we had a bento box and Dad had another McDonald's. At the end of the night we had sandwiches, which 3 panini sandwiches had cost $53, which in conversion, how much was that again? It was just ridiculous. Let me see. £40 for 3 sandwiches. I didn't even buy any drinks or anything. It was 3 sandwiches for £40. I was like, what the hell? What's inside this? So that was that. And then we finally got to go on our plane. It was literally a countdown, actually. No, it was literally a countdown on my IG story, and I'm going to be putting the clips throughout this video, so yeah. But yeah, by the time we got home we had already had to shut an extra day of the takeaway, and we ended up, when I came home, I had to write a long ass email, and it was very descriptive because I did not want to leave a single thing out. I was just saying like, this is freaking disappointing, what the hell have you guys been doing to me, what is this, what is that, what is that, and it was just like really stressful. Honestly, I have never ever had such disappointing service before. I have traveled a lot, guys, and I've traveled a lot with different airlines, trust me, but honestly that time was just horrific, and it's actually put me off traveling with Delta because of the service I received, if that makes sense. Because if you have one bad experience with someone, you wouldn't want to, you would have that little issue, like that little ick there, because you know what you've experienced before. Anyways, so yeah, that's basically the end of my story time because I feel like I've ranted on a long time. If you've lasted this long, hello there. Comment down below any like travel experiences, like bad travel experiences that's happened to you. It doesn't have to necessarily be on a flight. It can be a bus, it could be a train, it could be a tram, a car, doesn't matter. Let me know down below some like bad experiences that you've had, you know. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, and like I said, comment down below any bad experiences. Make sure you share this video, and make sure you click that subscribe button if you have not already. I hope you guys are ready, because after this video or the next video, I can't remember, but it's Halloween time. I've got some Halloween decorations out, so I'm just trying to get ready to like pin them up and things. I have posted about 2 or 3 Halloween looks on my Instagram, so make sure you go check them out if you have not already. Make sure you follow me on all my social medias, that will be down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. But yeah, for the next couple of weeks I'm thinking of creating some nice Halloween looks. But I want to say, disclaimer, I'm not a professional, so who knows what I will create. So yeah, I will see you guys next time, and make sure you keep smiling, guys, because the smile is a beautiful feature. So yeah, guys, I will see you guys later, and yeah, mwah! Bye guys. Do 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 do.